Hello everyone. Weaker than expected U.S. data yesterday sent the dollar lower against most currencies. Both the Milwaukee NAPM index and the Chicago PMI were not only lower than expected, but also below the 50 boom or bust line that signifies the difference between expansion and contraction. Now, it's significant that the move started with the Milwaukee index, which isn't normally market moving, and it came out at the same time as the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index, which was better than expected. The market's willingness to sell dollars on such marginal bad news suggests to me just general dollar bearish sentiment, probably related to thoughts about today's FOMC meeting. With inflation in the U.S. running below the Fed's 2% objective and employment growth slowing, many FOMC members have been backpedaling recently on their comments about tapering off from quantitative easing. Now, no one expects a change in the amount of bond purchases from the Fed. The focus today rather will be on any change in language in the statement that would indicate the debate about FOMC members has turned from whether to taper off quantitative easing to whether to increase quantitative easing. Even a neutral statement could weaken the dollar further, I think. Now, euro-dollar rose sharply yesterday following the worse than expected U.S. data. It hit the upper Bollinger Band at 131.85 and consolidated afterwards in a 131.60 to 131.75 range. The recent highs were at 132 the figure, with some notable resistance coming at 132.55 and very strong resistance at 133 the figure. That could prove to be the peak if a dovish statement causes further buying of euro-dollar. On the downside, 131.20 is likely to act as support now, with 130.75 having been well tested. Dollar-yen moved lower and broke through the support found at 97.35, which has now turned into resistance. The next significant support for dollar-yen comes in at 96.40, the 50% retracement level of the up move following the change in Bank of Japan policy. Fundamentally, I still see dollar-yen moving higher, however. In that case, resistance would come in at 98.30 and 98.80. This is Marshall Gittler, head of Global FX Strategy at IronFX, wishing you solid trading.